The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
Who are you listening to now, though, that you like?
In gospel?
Yeah, like progressive like yourself.
That's a good question, man. All right, let me think. In gospel,
like myself, I like Christian Grey. I like Jordan Armstrong.
Jordan Armstrong is dope. He's the dope. He's one of the dopest, man.
Yeah, he's hot.
Christian Grey is dope too. Christian, y'all know Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of like, they're not doing contemporary gospel music the way they should be handling us. They kind of like going to this Christian praise and worship type sound on gospel radio, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like that when you do too much on that. You got to balance it out because of different diversities of sounds in gospel music. There's a quartet, there's the choir, there's the contemporary edgy gospel music, like where I kind of hang out at, and then there's the praise and worship. So right now they're kind of heavy on praise and worship, but now I see it kind of fading out of that. People are like, okay, we ain't in church right now. So we want to hear the Dietrichs. What you got for us, Dietrich? We want to hear the Jordan Armstrongs. And then now it's shifting, and I'm giving them this brand new song called Sick World. You know, we can't stand to lose nobody else. My brand new song on my label, Black Owned Black Entertainment, OWN, Black Owned Black Entertainment.
Okay.
And the song Sick World. And I wrote it, man, just looking at what's going on, man. I'm like, if we don't say something, we dying. You know, and I put it in a song. I asked Zay to give me a record. He gave me the beat. I wrote to it, and people are going crazy over it, man. I sang it at the 2021 inaugural gospel celebration.
Yeah.
It's debuting on the world premiere on BET tomorrow. BET Soul, BET Jams, BET Gospel, BET.com should be there tomorrow. And the song is taking off faster than I thought. So I'm like, so we got another one coming. So. Y'all should, and that's the message everybody need to hear. I didn't write it to try to get on the charts. I didn't write it to say I'm making another hit song. No, it was organic. It's one of those moments where I got to talk. I got to say something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And God gave it to me. And when people hear it, they're like, oh yeah, play that record, Sick World.
That's what's up. Now, real talk about love. Are you still doing the podcast? You and the wifey?
Man, listen, I told her, I'm not doing no podcast with you because you make me look bad. You make me.
I checked out a couple of episodes.
But yeah, we're going to get back at it. We just got to find the time to do it between the kids and everything. But she has a lot to say, man. She's really a smart, beautiful woman. I love her dearly. And she has a lot to contribute to, to connect with other young women out there. So we're going to get back at it again. Now, so maybe give it a couple of weeks, we'll get it out there.
That's how difficult or hard or it is to have like real honest conversations with her. Because in the podcast, most of the time you're just being authentically you. You know what I'm saying? But is it easy to do that when you're sitting next to your wife, maybe talking about some things that may not be so easy to talk about?
Me and Dominique, we talk about everything. So a lot of that stuff is edited down where people can handle it.
Gotcha.
She's like my best friend, and we find ourselves talking about everything.
Right.
So it's very easy to do a podcast with her. Very easy. No telling what we're gonna say, what we're gonna do, what the conversation, what path is gonna go down. I mean, there's nothing off limits, and sometimes it's too much for everybody to palate, especially church folks. So we try to edit it down. We just talked about it actually maybe a week ago that we're going to get back at it and get it out there because a lot of people want it. So yeah, we're coming back.
Okay. A couple more questions before we let you go. What was your thoughts about the Paula White prayer?
He's right. I love Pastor Paula, man. I know Pastor Paula personally. I went to their church.
One of her churches, right?
Yeah, 25,000 members when Pastor Randy and her Without Walls in Tampa, Florida. Right. I was a youth pastor, then associate pastor. So I love her dearly. But when you ain't doing right, what can I say? When you praying for African angels, what can I think? You let your love for your friend Donald Trump take you just a little too far. But I respect your loyalty though. I respect your ride or die with your boy because they were cool before he became president. Well before that, when we were pastor back then, they're cool. Donald Trump may show up at the church.
Okay.
So that's what I respect. So it was tough for me, but I still, I'm in this fight. My skin is black at the end of the day. You loyal to your guy, I'm loyal to my people. So now you put me between a rock and a hard place because I love you as a person, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
And me as a friend, if you have Dietrich Haddon as a friend, when you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you. Period. I expect the same thing from my friends. All my friends, I got my friends from high school. Like they don't see me as Dietrich Haddon, whatever that is. I'm Dee to them, like D. When they call me D, you see what's going on over there, whatever. They don't treat me like that, and I can receive from them when they tell me, man, why you don't have to do that. My friends that would tell me that, like, why you have to do it that way? Pull back, or this, and I tell them, no, I'm not pulling back. Whatever. I have a real friendship, so that's the way I am with Pastor Paula. Everybody else, and people looking at me too, saying like, Dietrich, Pastor Paula, you were pastor over there. What do you have to say? And I have to tell you, I'm not in agreement with that. You shouldn't be praying that Donald Trump would force him to be the president. You should be praying, God, let your will be done, no matter what, whether he's the president or not. We want your will to be done, and your will be done in this election. And if there is fraud, reveal it. But if it's not, God, we accept your will. That's the correct prayer to pray because there are people hurting as a result of Donald Trump's leadership. You know what I'm saying? We've been suffering, man. He's been numb to the plight of us. Police brutality. I remember he said something on there. He said, man, they try to say that there's police brutality. There's no police brutality. Yes, it is, brother. It is. Even though it's not happening in your world, your rich world, Caucasian world, it's happening in my black world. Right. Even if I have money, I'm blessed, but that don't mean nothing to these people out here when I'm driving through these streets. It's more dangerous for me out here in this neighborhood than me being in the hood. In the hood, right? Where I come from, because I'm targeted. Because look, he's the only black man on the block, and he's young too. Who is he? He's doing drugs. That's what they think. Selling drugs. Look at driving his car. Who is he? That's what they think. I'm sure my neighbors are saying he into something because they don't know who I am. They don't know what I do because I don't go off into all that. When you come to me, I'm cordial. You want to talk about something, but I don't go into telling you all my business and all that stuff. Yeah. But I'm sure I see those Trump flags all throughout the neighborhood. I see those American flags, or the Confederate flag. I know what's up with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm minding my own business. You go on by. You don't want no smoke. You don't want this. So just go on back. But it's crazy how you call yourself getting out the hood. You know what I'm saying? I made it. I'll come from the streets of Detroit. I'm not supposed to make it. So, you feel like you made it. You're in California, whatever. Now it's more dangerous to be over here than being back in the hood. Yeah. Because when I'm pulled over by the policeman, I'm over here. My wife is panicking. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids like, Daddy, we okay? I said, you good. But, and I'm praying like, okay, I hope I don't have a fool, that starting some trouble. They want some trouble. You know what I'm saying? Right. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, y'all just calm down. I put my hands out like that. And when you got a good one when you say, oh, sir, you don't have to put your hands out, go ahead. You're all right. Okay, cool. But I made it in my business. That's crazy, man. Till when I'm pulled over, I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing happening here. Right. You can't lie. You can't say, and I tell my wife, always record this. Always, period. Yeah. Because you don't know how it's going to go down. Yeah. And that's I'm talking away, man. Y'all got to stop.
You good, bro. And that's a sad thing because, like you said, you more in danger being in the suburbs than you was being in the hood. And you got to go through more explaining. You know what I'm saying? Just driving from the block to the local market. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. G. Yeah. That's real. That's real. That ain't no joke. That's a real thing, man. These are Japanese people over here, all over here. They don't. You know what I'm saying? And they got the nerve to look down on you. Yeah. It's always interesting. That's a whole other conversation. Yeah. You got the nerve. You know what I'm saying? We all in this together. We're foreigners, you know what I'm saying? We all, yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
It's just sad when your skin is your sin, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? You don't even get the chance to even prove whether you good or bad. You bad because of the color of your skin.
Man, that's the truth, man. And then here's the crazy thing. None of us had any say-so in what skin we were born in. None of us.
Facts.
That's God.
Facts.
I didn't know. None of us have any say so on where you're going to be born in, what city, what country, what skin, nothing. This is all God. So you got upset. You're not upset with me. You're upset at God. If you're jealous, don't be jealous of me because you can't, I'm stronger or quicker or whatever. That's God.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So let's leave that alone. Don't attack me, for what your beef is with God. So
it's with God.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.